Another day, another recasting, and this time we talking about Tyler Perry's Sistas, Old Jordan versus New Jordan. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Sistas content and conversations, because I have a lot of them. I drop new videos every single day talking about everything happening in the story that you want to talk about. So why don't you go ahead and join me? Now, y'all, this is not the first time, and it probably will not be the last that we have gotten the switch up, the bait and switch, if you will. The Aunt Viv, if you know, happened within this particular universe. Earlier on, maybe about a season and a half now, maybe 2 seasons ago, we got the switch up of Jake, the actor who played Jake, which was Ryan Broussard. He got swapped out for Bryce. But luckily for us, Remington Huffman is a Chinese American or Asian American, so he couldn't necessarily just fit the mold. Tyler Perry decided to make the switch as we saw Jake move as a character over to fully in Fatima and not necessarily on Sistas. He was also able to switch out the actual person or name and just slide this person into the same role, so he had a similar backstory to Jake. He was like Jake light, right? So we've already experienced this. We already know how this goes. I think that the new Jordan versus old Jordan conversation is hitting so much differently because we have only had a very short amount of time with the old Jordan. We literally had 6 episodes, maybe 6 or 7 episodes with the old Jordan before we now are launching to this new season of Tyler Perry Sistas, which is season 7, with the new Jordan. And if you don't know, old Jordan was played by Sean Sager. Hopefully I pronounced his last name correctly. And he has been cast on NCIS Sydney. And apparently that is conflicting with the schedule that he needed to actually film Tyler Perry Sistas, so he could not film Tyler Perry Sistas. And for all intents and purposes, I understand. I would definitely take a role on a bigger show, on a bigger network where you are a main character or a higher up character. Maybe he's a reoccurring character, versus here he was a guest star, which means what? More dollars. Than to stay here just so that the Sistas fans don't get mad. And y'all have definitely gotten mad. I have seen so many comments in the last 24 hours about how old Jordan needs to come back and new Jordan is not it. And I kind of feel bad for Devin Way, because I also said this on Our Sistas Keeper as well in my breakdown. I said that I'm not necessarily feeling what I need to feel from new Jordan, because new Jordan doesn't carry that same essence. However, that doesn't mean that Devin won't necessarily be a great addition to the cast. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have his own strengths to bring to the table. What I think that we need to see happen, especially because it's new writers in season 7 and they're already taking certain liberties and switching around things within the story, is that they need to tailor the new Jordan to the actor that's playing him. The new Jordan, to me, has a lot more of a feminine energy, a little bit more balance within the feminine and masculine. The previous Jordan, the old Jordan, was very much so like with the we got to see him ready to fight Gary, like, boy, And this one doesn't actually feel like it. In the first episode and watching him, you see him scowling at Gary. You see him ready to step for Andi. But when you're watching him, it feels like you bucking, but you ain't gonna really do nothing too bad. I don't know, that could be just me, which is fine. Not every man is a big, I'ma fight you, I'ma jump in your face, I love conflict. Some men use their words. Some men are on the slide. Some men are very strategic. I think that they just have to figure out what is going to be this new Jordan's thing and how it can work. At the end of the day, he is a gorgeous light-skinned man, and it was a previous gorgeous light-skinned man in the role. So aesthetically, it kind of could work, but again, I think that they have to play to the actor's strengths and tailor the character a little bit better to him. And then also, unfortunately, Andrea and the new Jordan, they got to cultivate a little bit more chemistry. Andrea and the old Jordan definitely had a little bit better chemistry. And that's wild coming from me, because I did not see it for him. When he was blind date Jordan, just pop up and I brought my friends because I don't know if you're going to be crazy and catfishing me, Jordan, I was not here for it. I took one look at him and said, absolutely not, Andrea. But it was the subsequent drama that played out. It was the barbecue at the house. It's the standing up for your sister. It's the rolling up on Andi the next day, take her to lunch, and how you looking at her across this table. And I'm like, okay, I could get with this. Y'all, new Jordan and Andrea kissed like 62 million times in this first episode, and I still wasn't feeling the love. Was it just me? Anyway, this whole video was just created to talk about old Jordan versus new Jordan, and now it's your turn to do so in the comment section down below so that you have a space to do it as well. At the end of the day, old Jordan is not coming back. We have to embrace new Jordan. I'm hoping that as the season progresses, we'll get to see him live a little bit more in the character, bring more of himself, and maybe mold the character so that it's a better mesh. It feels like there is more synergy, and hopefully they cultivate a little bit more chemistry. YouTube thinks that you would love to watch this video next, so just go ahead. Check it out.